Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Real Out TV. Today I got an hysterical story for you, really funny, about my dad and a squirrel that he had beef with in the garden. But before we get into that, please subscribe and check out my shorts. I think you'll like them. Also, at the end of the story, I'm going to be doing what I call a recap. A recap is a skit that I make after explaining a story. So, other than that, andiamo. So, like many other Italian fathers, my father loves and cherishes his garden. And trust me, many Italian dads, if they don't have enough room in the backyard, they'll pluck some bushes from the front yard and plant parsley there. Trust me on that. So one day, my father came in while we were eating dinner. It was me and my mom at the dinner table, years and years back. And he claimed that he caught a squirrel in the backyard, in the garden, and the squirrel had a big tomato, like a huge tomato in its mouth. My father would chase them and make this noise whoosh, whoosh, to scare them off. So he claimed that this squirrel ran on top of the fence and just dropped the tomato with a bite in it, just to purposely piss off my father. As you can imagine, while we were eating, me and my mom, there was silence for 10 seconds, and then we just bursted out laughing. My dad then goes, "That's it, you don't believe me? I'm going out." And he just gets up and he walks back out into the backyard to go look at his garden again. As soon as my dad walks out the back door, my mom looks at me and she goes, "Penso che tuo padre sta andando un po' pazzo." In other words, that means, I think your dad's going crazy. But 2 weeks later, everything would change. Everything. Me and my mom would find out that my dad was far from crazy. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I bring to you my recap. It's called My Italian Dad vs. Squirrel in the Garden. I hope you enjoy it. And thank you for joining me again. Please, if you can, subscribe, like, and share. And see you on the next one. Love y'all. This is a story about a story my dad told me and my mom. 2 weeks ago, my dad claimed while he was in the garden, a squirrel snatched the tomato, and when my dad caught him, he hissed at him and chased him away. My dad then claimed out of spite, the squirrel went on the fence, looked at him, took one bite of the tomato, and dropped it on purpose, and may have even laughed. Me and my mom laughed so hard until...